So let's talk about how we defend that strength. Let's begin with the first defender in the fight against sarcopenia. It's not something rare. In fact, it might be in your kitchen right now. The power of this simple food lies not in how expensive it is, but in how complete it is, nutritionally and symbolically. It's the egg. For generations, eggs have been viewed with reverence and warmth. Farmers valued them, mothers served them, and now they quietly carry the solution to a problem modern medicine often overlooks. As we age, our ability to absorb and utilize protein begins to weaken. It's not just about what we eat, it's about what our bodies can use. That's where the egg shines. It offers not only high-quality protein, but it offers it in a form our bodies understand, efficiently, completely, and gently. What's more, it contains a powerful amino acid called leucine, which directly supports muscle synthesis, the rebuilding of muscle tissue. And for someone over 60, leucine is more than a nutrient. It's a lifeline. But the magic of the egg doesn't end there. Within its golden yolk is choline, essential for brain health and memory, vitamin D for bone strength and balance, healthy fats for hormone regulation and joint comfort, and all of this comes without the burden of complex preparation or unfamiliar taste. It's familiar, it's reliable, just like the routines that bring us peace as we grow older. But we must also be brave enough to challenge old beliefs. Many of us grew up hearing that eggs were dangerous, that they raised cholesterol and harmed the heart. Today we know better. For most people, especially older adults, moderate egg consumption is not harmful, it's helpful. It supports the very functions that aging threatens to take away. 1 or 2 eggs a day, combined with light movement, like a walk or gentle stretches, can help stimulate muscle activity and slow the tide of sarcopenia. Imagine starting your morning with a warm plate of eggs, perhaps alongside vegetables or whole-grain toast. It's not just breakfast. It's an act of defiance, a quiet stand against decline, a choice to nourish yourself not out of vanity, but out of respect. Respect for the years you've lived. Respect for the years you still hope to live well. Muscle loss is not inevitable, and strength is not only physical, it's emotional, spiritual, and deeply human. Choosing to nourish your muscles is choosing to remain capable, connected, and independent for as long as life allows. Because the goal is not to be young again. The goal is to stay strong enough to keep living on your terms, and that strength begins with simple food. Food that honors your body the way your body has honored you all these years, by carrying you, working for you, healing you, even when you didn't notice. That's what we'll continue exploring in this journey. Because the fight against sarcopenia isn't just about nutrients, it's about hope, knowledge, and the quiet decision to care for ourselves deeply. And there's so much more to uncover. You see, in every egg there is a kind of wisdom, a quiet reminder that nature already knows what we need. And that brings us to another source of power in our journey. Not a pill, not a powder, but a rhythm. A habit we create around how we eat and how we move. Because while food fuels the body, routine fuels the spirit. When you begin your day with purpose, boiling an egg, taking your time, sitting at the table instead of eating in haste, you tell your body something important. You still matter. That message matters more than most realize. Many seniors struggling with sarcopenia are also battling something deeper, a sense of invisibility. A feeling that the world has moved on without them, that no one notices their quiet struggles getting out of a chair, carrying groceries, or standing for long periods. But here's a truth that never fades. Every small act of care ripples outward, every egg cracked with intention, every step taken with gratitude, every moment of nourishment is a vote for life. And eggs, rich in bioavailable protein, vitamin B12, and selenium, are more than just nutrition. They are an invitation to reclaim your relationship with food and body. They also pair beautifully with other simple, powerful foods, like leafy greens, tomatoes, or a slice of whole grain toast. Together they create a meal that energizes instead of weighing down. Something older digestion appreciates. And if you've ever been told you need fancy powders or extreme diets to preserve muscle, take heart in this. Your grandparents didn't need them, and neither do you. They relied on whole foods like eggs and steady movement, a walk after breakfast, a bit of gardening, some gentle bending and stretching while listening to music. You don't need to join a gym. You don't need to lift heavy weights. You just need to move with intention and eat with love. There's no shame in needing support. The only shame is believing you're too late to make a difference. Because it is never too late. Every cell in your body is still listening, still rebuilding, still capable of strength when given the right tools. And as we grow older, we don't stop building ourselves. We build differently, more gently, more patiently, more wisely. The egg, simple as it seems, holds the key to that kind of gentle rebuilding. It reminds us that even the smallest things can be filled with greatness. That strength doesn't always roar. It often whispers in quiet moments over morning tea through aching knees, or in the soft creak of a chair as we rise. And so, we rise. Again and again, we choose to rise. And in the next part of this journey, we'll uncover another quiet powerhouse, a tiny seed from ancient lands packed with strength, balance, and deep nourishment. Because when you're over 60, it's not about just adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. When we left off, we spoke of quinoa, the ancient grain that once fueled warriors and today can help fuel something just as noble: your independence. The beauty of quinoa isn't just in its nutritional profile, it's in its simplicity. For a body that grows more sensitive with age, quinoa is gentle. It digests easily. It comforts the stomach. It fills you without overwhelming. But here's something not everyone knows. Quinoa contains all 9 essential amino acids, making it one of the few plant-based complete proteins. And for older adults who may struggle with meat, digestion, or loss of appetite, this little seed is a quiet miracle. With 8 grams of protein per cooked cup, along with iron, zinc, and fiber, it supports muscle health, immune function, and gut wellness, all of which are crucial when you're over 60. But even beyond the science, there's something deeper here. Preparing quinoa can become a form of self-respect. Rinsing it under cool water, letting it simmer, adding soft vegetables, a drizzle of olive oil, or a handful of beans. This is nourishment that doesn't demand perfection. It just asks for presence. And presence is powerful. Because so much of aging gracefully is about being here. Being here in the morning light, being here as you tie your shoes, being here as you care for your body, not as a project but as a companion. Food is memory too. A warm bowl of something wholesome can take us back, to the smell of a grandparent's kitchen, to a quiet meal shared with someone we loved, to a time when things were slower, softer, more intentional. That's what quinoa can be, not just a food but a pause, a ritual, a reminder that you are still worthy of care. And if you've been told that muscle loss is inevitable, let this be your quiet rebellion. Each time you prepare a meal with protein-rich grains, each time you choose to nourish instead of neglect, you are saying, I'm still building, I'm still here, I'm still strong in ways no one can see. And that strength, it matters. It matters when you stand up from the couch without help. It matters when you walk across a parking lot in the rain. It matters when you carry your grandchild or reach for a book on the shelf. These little moments, these acts of everyday strength, they are what Sarcopenia threatens to steal. But with foods like quinoa, you fight back, gently but powerfully. And if cooking feels like a chore, start small. Try a batch once a week. Keep it in the fridge. Add it to soups, salads, even oatmeal. Let it become part of your rhythm. Because what we do consistently, not what we do perfectly, is what shapes our health. In the quiet strength of a grain, there is a lesson that you don't need to be loud to be powerful. You don't need to be fast to be strong. You just need to keep going. And as we continue on, we'll look at a food that isn't chewed but sipped. A warm drink that's been healing bodies and bones for generations. Because sometimes strength begins in a cup. And now we arrive at the quietest remedy of all. It doesn't come in a shiny box. It isn't trendy. It's old, warm, and deeply familiar. It's bone broth. You might remember the aroma from childhood, the steam rising from your grandmother's stove, the way the scent filled the house with comfort. That same comfort still holds healing. Bone broth is more than just soup. It's liquid gold for aging muscles and aching joints. Rich in collagen, gelatin, glycine, and minerals like magnesium and calcium, it supports not just your muscles but your entire frame, your bones, skin, gut, and immune system. And more importantly, it offers ease. Because when chewing becomes difficult or appetite fades, a warm mug of broth goes down effortlessly, offering nourishment without pressure. In one sip, you're feeding your body and soothing your soul. And in that act, something beautiful happens. You remember. That strength isn't something you lost. It's something waiting to be nourished again. Each cup is a gentle act of resistance, against decline, against despair, against the belief that it's too late because it isn't. Let me tell you this with all the respect in the world. If you are alive, you are still becoming. You may have gray in your hair and stories in your eyes, but your cells still regenerate. Your muscles still respond. Your heart still hopes. And no matter what anyone has told you, your best days are not defined by your age. They are defined by your choices. Choosing to nourish yourself, to move a little each day, to eat whole foods, like eggs, quinoa, and bone broth. It's not just about adding strength to your legs. It's about adding meaning to your days. Because strength means so much more now than it ever did before. Strength means rising from a chair without help. It means reaching the top shelf. It means walking to the mailbox on your own terms. But most of all, strength means staying independent, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. You've spent a lifetime taking care of others. Now it's time to care for yourself, with gentleness, with wisdom, and without guilt. You don't need to become someone new. You just need to return to yourself. Return to the food that heals. Return to the body that's carried you. Return to the quiet belief that you are still capable, still strong, still here. Let this be your message to your muscles, your bones, and your spirit. I have not forgotten you. I will feed you, move you, and honor you. You still matter to me. So today, crack an egg. Spoon up some quinoa. Sip your broth slowly. And remember, you're not just eating. You're rebuilding. You're reclaiming the strength that was always yours. Because the fight against sarcopenia isn't a battle to be feared. It's a journey to be walked. With food. With wisdom. With heart. If this story moved you, share it with someone you care about.